What's the deal, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. So I'm gonna ask you guys this question: what if Tupac was right about Dr. Dre the whole while? Now, we're not taking away anything from his accolades. We're not taking away the success he had as a musician, the classic albums that he contributed to the culture. We're talking about as in how he moves as a character. And when you really start analyzing it, it's too many people that are kind of saying the same thing about Dre. Like, the whole thing with Warren G really brought that to a head to me. So I started, doing my due diligence and started doing my research a little bit. And I talked about how he backdoored Eazy. Even though Eazy and Jerry, they were doing what they were doing, Eazy was gonna come back to Dre and give him like a position that I think he kind of did what Birdman did to Lil Wayne, and that's give him a higher position within the company, like make him a vice president or something. But by then, he was already talking to Suge Knight. So that whole ordeal where Eazy got roughed up, he was looking for Dr. Dre. He was saying Dr. Dre was going to meet him there. He never did. Dr. Dre was gone. Didn't tell Eazy nothing. Left him to fend for himself. Even though he didn't get jumped, he was muscled out of that situation where he had to give up the rights to his artists. So then look at this. What happens after that? He's broke. He discovers Snoop Dogg. Snoop brings him the Chronic. Who was the bridge that brought Snoop Dogg to Dre? Warren G. He brought him Nate Dogg. Radio Rage came through. RBX came through. Even though we had the DLC already, Warren G, the Dog Pound came through. That whole camp put the Chronic together. Gave new life to Dr. Dre as a solo act. Because Dre was broke. Let's be real. Going through what he went through, Ruthless, Snoop Dogg gave him new life. Smash records start coming after that. So now, Dre was taken serious as a solo artist. Then the song Deep Cover blew up because of Snoop Dogg. Then what else happens? The success is riding high. Snoop Dogg gets into the jam. Dre hasn't showed up not one time to support his friend. Dre ain't show up to court not one time. And this is what Tupac was upset about. Because the way he's looking at it, he's like, how y'all being loyal to this nigga? Granted, he gave you a break. Granted, he gave everybody a break, to his credit, but they also helped him. And I feel that they owe more gratitude than how Dre just abandoned them niggas and just left them on the ship. Now, granted, there was a lot of fuckery going on at Death Row. A whole lot of it. But you would think, considering that these guys gave Dre new life, he would give them the heads up on what they're doing, because they had mapped everything out. They had the plans mapped out. What Dre was going to produce, what Dre was going to do there. He just bounced on them niggas, didn't tell nobody. Everybody looking for Dre to get ready to work, and they like, damn, where'd he go? So he left all them niggas on the ship to fend for themselves. Now, granted, he probably couldn't have the pull to bring them along. I mean, he had to put himself in position to do that. But at the same time, not saying anything, just leaving them niggas like that. They calling Dre ain't picking up the phone. Like, damn. They found out early that Dre ain't for them dudes like that. they really do. That's how he was able to get that $1 billion bracket. You don't be friends with these guys. So then when the Suge Knight issues start happening with people that he started rocking with later on, like Eminem, he found out they always gonna hold high gratitude to Dr. Dre because he gave him a break. But when it comes to really riding with him, you ain't gonna really see Dre out there like that. You're really not. When them death row dudes try to kill Eminem, shit. And this in Cali. Dre ain't gonna come out there and save, throw a lifeline like that. When Jay-Z supposedly got dog napped. Like, if you going in there in that territory, Dr. Dre supposed to have your back. But he found out when Jay-Z supposed to got dog napped, then he probably had to give up Hovey Baby to the Death Row record soundtrack. Yeah, a lot of people don't know nothing about that. That's alleged, according to Reggie Wright. What else happened? Then, this show you how he loyal to the money. Now, Game was basically worshiping the ground that Dr. Dre walked on. The man's whole album was dedicated to Dr. Dre, called the Doctor's Advocate. What does Dr. Dre do? He throw Game under the bus and chooses 50. Now, granted, it may make sense because Game is a weird nigga. He burns a lot of bridges. But it's a foretelling pattern. It's a foretelling pattern that goes on with that dude. And even with Warren G, I got a little in depth with that the other day about what could possibly be the reason why Warren never got a beat from Dre, or Warren never did any work with Dre per se, because he lost his real brother. But a lot of that could be jealousy. Because Warren G was out there making moves himself. Put Def Jam back on from the red with 2 million sales. Regulate ended up being one of the biggest songs of 1994 off of the Above the Rim soundtrack. And I think Dre was a little bit jealous of that because little brother got a hit, a big hit, and it didn't have his input on it. So it showed right there that he was able to carve his niche into the game. No pun intended. But even Snoop he went ahead and said, he said, man, Dr. Dre ain't really put nobody on. He said that in interviews. Dr. Dre ain't putting on no West Coast niggas. Yeah. But see, they all go back to him because it's an old gratitude. It's an old gratitude of Dre giving them a break. Even though they might not really rock with him like that, personally, I don't know these people per se, but it's a hidden gratitude that they have. Shit, even Daz, I think the Thorn Pound had diss records on Dre for abandoning ship or whatever. I gotta look into that, but the way he bounced and the way he moved, it made a lot of people feel a sort of way. And the Warren G situation, let me ask you guys this. They didn't pick up the phone for Warren G, but will he leave Jimmy Iovine on ignore? I'm going to wrap it up on that end. So let me know what you guys thinking. Subscribe, hit the like button. Peace.